can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. My. Can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we live it again. No, can't touch this. Look at my eyes, man. Can't touch this. Let me bust the phone lyrics. And when you got it like this, then you know you're gonna get so cold. Out of your seat. And get it like this. Hold on. Come a little bit. Like that. Like that. Hold on. Back to the floor. The jump too much. They can't touch. I told you, can't touch this. Why you standing there? Can't touch this. Yo, sound the bass. Can't touch this. Yeah, yes, our rhythm make them feel that the rock is so down. They know. Talk about the car, talk about shoulders. And tight. Sing so fast, so I can't take. But you work hard, I was gonna quit. That's the word, because you know. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Break it down.
Stop. RAMA time. All right. Hello, people. I hope you can hear me okay. Yeah.
You're just fine, sir.
Hey, X, can you hear me well?
Yeah, we hear you.
Good stuff. That's my usual term, isn't it? I didn't know I say that so often. Do I say that all the time? Love bug, yeah. We actually got Love Bug in the house today.
Yo
From Love Bug, who you all know as LB. And Love Bug's brought her 3 children in, and they're having a good time running around the studio, playing the game, enjoying themselves, exploring. And we had to hook them up with some gifts as well. So there you go, another testament to our open door policy. West is not. Where are you running to, West? Come and say hello.
What up?
West needs to run to the men's room. But yeah, we've not got a lot of time today. We've got guests in the house. We just had, I think they're still here. We just had the guys and gals who own Alvin and the Chipmunks franchise, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know, it's random. So I don't know what's happening there, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a partnership. I don't know what's happening.
There was a contact through Mr. Johnson, I think. And
yeah, but they came in, looked like they were enjoying themselves, and looked like they had a lot of money as well. It did, didn't it? That's like generational wealth right there. So yeah, we ain't got a lot of time today, but we definitely wanted to talk to you all. We're in a bit of a holding pattern as well on some things. So I want to run through some things. Firstly, let's talk about scammers. Seems that there's a rise in scammers targeting Huli holders on trades and swaps. So these scammers are actually evolving. They're living in the Discord, they're getting to know members, they're reading messages being sent by members, they're really getting a feel for what time people are on, what time they're not, what they're saying to others, and then they're trying to make their move. So they're impersonating holders, and then they're also impersonating mods to basically help them facilitate deals on transfers or exchanges. Lovebug's here with us today as well, and unfortunately Lovebug did fall victim to one of these scammers and lost a Huli and some ETH. So I'm going to let Lovebug talk a little bit about what happened to her in particular and what you should kind of watch out for, and then also Elvex has put a bit of a post on how you can tell if somebody's legit or not, which we'll talk about a little bit further. So Lovebug, over to you. Tell us about your experience.
Where's your mic? Oh, okay. All right, guys. So yeah, nobody ever wants to be talking about something like this, especially if it happens to them. But it's important that people know and people hear about it. It helps keep people safe. I was really sad to see that someone else got scammed today.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important that we're open and honest about having these conversations. The most important thing to know is that these people are holders. They've gotten sophisticated enough to actually, watch your conversations. They know who you're talking to. They know what you want to sell, what you want to trade. In my particular case, it was a holder that had asked publicly before, "Hey, do you want to sell this NFT?" And they're like, "No, I'm not ready yet. But if I'm ever ready, I'll let you know." And I was like, "Okay, great." A few days later, I posted in Bunny Swap that I wanted a mutant and I was willing to trade a hair razor for an implant and ETH. And they messaged me and they were like, "Well, I'm ready now. Actually, if you're still, if you're still interested, I'm ready to sell." And I said, "Okay, great. Well, let's talk terms." And we agreed on a term, and they said, "Okay, how do you want to do this?" And I said, "I use swapstreet.io." Sent them a couple of links from my past swaps, and they were like, "I'm so sorry, but I don't click on links." I mean, it's hilarious now, but exactly. Also, they're behaving like somebody that has a bit. Yeah, exactly. Like it's somebody who really cares about maintaining and not losing their NFT. Like I was like, okay, that's encouraging. Okay, well, if you trust me, you can post in chat and ask if people trust me. And you can send me the NFT and I'll send you the ETH. They're like, okay, that sounds fine, but I'll be much happier if we use a moderator. I said, okay, that's no problem. They were like, okay, well, I've been talking to Electrify, and he's actually still awake. And so
they even knew Electrify's in Australia.
Exactly. That's to my point, that they're holders and they're watching, they're reading conversations. They know, who we are and pretty much everything about everyone, it seems like. But anyway, so in that sense, my guard was completely down. There was no red flags whatsoever. Not at any point did I ever think, this is somebody who's not who they, they're portraying. Yeah, exactly. He was incredibly polite, incredibly gracious. Like, oh yeah, exactly. So they're again very sophisticated. Yeah. So if you take anything away from this, just know that these are people that know you and know what you want to buy, know what you want to sell, and they will use that information against you. This is no longer a case where you're signing something and you take your stuff. No, they're getting you to send them. I sent him my NFT willingly, and that's been the three of us that got scammed over the last week and a half. Yeah. We all sent them our stuff, and we didn't click on any link. That they know that most people are now very careful about what they sign, and so they've evolved into social engineering.
I mean, is that good? That Dennis Jacobs?
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody was impersonating his brother. His brother, yeah.
Exactly. So don't hear this and think, oh, it could never happen to me. I thought that for 2.5 years being in this space, and it happened to me. So you need a perfect amount of cockiness for something like this to happen to you. Yeah. And so just keep that in mind. Stay humble and stay vigilant. Yeah. Just know that. But if it does happen to you, just know that the community will rally around you. It's not the end of the world. Yeah. I've been really grateful and received a lot of kind comments. For the most part, and thanks for listening, and just hopefully it helps you guys stay safe, because it's not pleasant. It wasn't pleasant.
Thank you, Lovebug, and great to see you. So Lovebug also brought us like 4 boxes of cupcakes as well.
Thank you so
some of them are definitely being appreciated.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, what you
sharing that about them?
It's more of an interview for Love. What you thought of the studio? Like, did it seem like you thought it was on the cameras, bigger, smaller?
It's bigger than I thought. Okay. Much bigger. Great setup. You guys, it feels very surreal being here, but it's a beautiful facility. I would work here if I could.
Everybody's looking like they're having fun, right?
Yeah, 1,000%. Everybody's kind of huddled in the machine creating stuff, and you can see on their faces like they're really into what they're doing. That's always.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. As I like to say, we've got a bit of hot micing going on. I don't know who it is. It's you, Sir Sweetness. Sir Sweetness is always hot micing. If you want to say something, come in here, Sir Sweetness. There you go. Hot micing specialist. All right, thank you, Lovebug. So just to kind of like double up on that, there is a way to compare Discord IDs. So if you look in the scam alert thread, there is a pinned thread in there, or a pinned message by Elvex. Go and check it out. But essentially, you can go in Discord, turn on the developer mode, which sounds a bit more daunting than it actually is. And it actually, when you right click on and copy ID of an individual, you'll see their ID. You can compare it to another, and if there's a difference, it's not the person. So definitely check that out. Always double, triple check everything be very diligent about these things. There's actual value on the line here, and we don't want anybody to ever fall victim to this stuff. And unfortunately, it seems to be a common theme, and the scammers are getting more and more wise. Fortunately for all of us, no scammer will ever make it through life in a very good manner. This shit always comes back to them, whether it's now, today, tomorrow. Like, I've never known of any scammer or any wrong ill doer that has been successful consistently in life.
That shit comes back to you.
The shit always comes back to you in every aspect.
It's a very short-lived life.
Absolutely.
It is. It's absolutely. It's absolutely disgusting. The one thing is in life is do not be shit to people. There's absolutely.
It's not a difficult.
We should also be thankful that we're not the kind of human beings that are capable of doing that as well.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that was important. So I definitely wanted to cover that first. A couple other things I want to cover is three.
Sorry, I'm looking
at the list of Bunny Moonkind. Yeah. We'll get to Bunny Moonkind. We'll get to it. It's a 3XP. So 3XP is an event that we're going to be at next Thursday and Friday. It's a specific Web3 gaming event. It's going to be over in Pasadena, which is LA County. The very first Web3 specific gaming expo, I believe. Pretty much anyone in the space will be there if they've got something to show. They'll also have the first ever Web3 esports stage, and they'll be having some competitive gameplay going on, including My Pet Hooligan. So there will be 9 players battling in a free-for-all for a prize. There will be a mix of known Web3 and traditional gaming streamers, some with pretty large followings, actually. It'll be streamed live on Twitch for both days on the front page of Twitch, so you'll all be able to see it. So definitely check in. I think we're at 11:50.
Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, good today. Well, what's
going on?
I'll go for the next.
Who is it?
Yeah, that's it.
Who's the culprit? It's me.
Tag 'em.
All right, okay.
Bag 'em.
One of the pesky scammers. So yeah, we will be there. We will be streamed live on Twitch, and it'll be the first real public outing of the game being played competitively. So that's fun. It's good for us. We'd like to see how the game holds up, how individuals are having fun, and especially the traditional gamers. So there'll be all the usual faces from Web3, but there'll be some new faces as well from the traditional gaming scene. So yeah, looking forward to it. It is a first ever 3XP event, so hopefully we'll be built on more and more each year. Definitely tune in. We'll also have a handful of tickets to give away. So if anybody's local and wants to come, definitely come through. I'm pretty pumped to see that. See the game live on Twitch front page, man.
Me too. I feel like at this point now, I've kind of seen
come along.
Where everything's at. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to getting into their play. No, it'll be in
Pasadena Convention Center.
California.
Yeah, California. It's about half an hour away from the studio.
Not too far.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to come through, ping me. Give me a DM. We'll also do a giveaway online. Okay, so that's 3XP. Bunny Mooncoin. the coin. LB is definitely not in on Bunny Mooncoin. The coin that's definitely not being found. All right, so Bunny Mooncoin. It's just a bit of fun. It's just part of the episodic storytelling that we're doing with the saga of the meme coin. The main reason that we set up a Twitter and website is so nobody else did it first and actually launched Bunny Mooncoin.
Yeah, I guess so.
But now that it's there, it kind of serves as a bit of an experiment against what launching a new account under Elon Musk allows you to do in terms of engagement. And it's a lot more restricted, so it's a lot harder to kind of operate. They actually, when you start a new account, I've noticed that they really limit your engagement. And every time we post, we'll get a notice saying, yeah, we're not really making you searchable yet because we don't know if you're a human or a machine. So that's pretty interesting.
Fair. I mean, so it is a scammy looking.
Yeah, it's serving currently as a bit of fun and an experiment in terms of engagement, and allows us to do a bit of testing. Speculation is that it'll lead into carrots. I can't confirm or deny that. All I'll say is just have fun with it. It's silly posts. I think it's pretty damn funny, to be honest. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
We've been having a ton of fun with it.
And to be honest with you, as long as we can continue having fun with it without it distracting anything, anything else. We may or may not continue to have fun with it.
Yeah.
So we're definitely not launching a meme coin, and definitely not going to be marketing carrots in such a fashion either.
No.
That's a very serious thing.
Yeah, and also, I am the next episode. I'm very excited to share it with you guys. It's a lot of fun, and also please, in the spirit of staying vigilant and being on top and being aware of scammers, and for the love of God, don't buy any Bunny Moon coin if you see that. If you see it anywhere, don't do it. That's not us.
Yeah. So we're definitely launching a meme coin. But however, let's see what happens with Bunny Moon coin. I'm personally pretty bullish on it. But it's it's lacking a bit in terms of followers, but despite that, it's pretty damn genius. Episode 3 of Hooli's meme coin saga should be coming out today. It's pretty fun, and episode 4 is going to be pretty fun as well. So look out for it. It's fun to be just doing fun content again, and we're all in on that. And we have a lot of fun writing these things, coming up with silly ideas. We're trying to really get to that South Park level.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're getting closer and closer.
I just saw Russell come down and look through the window, so that's a signal.
That's a good signal. He's nailed it.
So,
all right, good stuff. So that should be coming out shortly. Studio goings on, general studios going on. So there is a lot of external interest in what we're doing, specifically actually right now on the AI rig character side of things. It's kind of really interesting because NVIDIA, which you all probably saw, did a demo. They did a presentation where at the end they did a demo of an NPC in real time with embedded AI. And it blew up all over social media and the news. Their stock went crazy. Everybody was talking about it. I'm pretty sure we did it. We were showing that off first, actually. And I'd like to say that I believe we're probably ahead of them in many ways too. That really kind of shows you the power of what we're doing over here and how cutting edge we are with the stuff. It's actually a shame that the people with the big voices in this particular space only really share the successes of the friends or projects they're actually involved in or holders of, rather than actual real bleeding edge developments by studios like ours. It doesn't matter. We've always kind of been the underdog. We don't mind being the underdog. It just gives us even more of a solid base to jump off from. Yeah, that's part and parcel of the game.
Fuel the tank.
We're going to be having a meeting with NVIDIA soon as well, so we've actually already been connected to them after their demo. They really dialed in the latency side of things, so there's probably some things we can learn from that. They were really quick, unless there was a trick of the hand. So there's going to be more on this as it progresses, but hopefully in the next few months we could have news that is probably like 100 times bigger than what Pudgy Penguins did with their licensing and toys. So let's see who talks about that one then. Yeah, and just a note here, we as My Pet Hooligan, we're not to be compared with other Web3 games. We're not to be compared with any other projects. We're developing tools and tech to enhance gameplay experience, even in the traditional gaming space. We're doing things that are not just for Web3, but also for traditional gaming too. With the AI, with the facial capture, and with everything else we do. This is next generation stuff. And also, not only can it go into what we're doing, but it also provides licensing opportunities for the business and brand too. What you say, Wes?
Sorry.
All right, Wes. So just bear that in mind if you're ever having conversations with others. We are a game, but we're also beyond the game as well. With everything we're developing, we are a game, but we're also trying to enhance a game player's experience when playing a game. There is no point in us just trying to make a game that is a Web3 version of another game. In order to really succeed, we need to think about what can we do better in the current gaming space.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
We're not trying to compete with Web3 games out there. We need to compete with the wider big mass adopted games, and that's what we're out here to do. So that's why we want to make sure everything we're doing is solid. Yeah, we might not have got as much of a blow up as NVIDIA did, but it just shows you where we're at and how far along we are. And for us to actually been demoing some of this stuff earlier than that, which actually blew up, should tell you a lot.
Also kind of reached a new echelon as far as the type of partnerships and frankly the brands and companies that have come to us with interest in some of this new tech has actually been pretty staggering. So we're aware of that opportunity, so we just try to approach cautiously and just make sure that we're doing the work to make compelling material and make the compelling technology, and the rest should kind of take care of itself. So for us, it's just about keeping the head down and making sure we're doing the work.
Yeah, another event just reminded me that we're going to be at is the licensing expo in Vegas. It's a big brand and IP licensing expo. I think everybody's normally over there, Marvels, Disney's, etc. So we've got a bunch of meetings lined up there. We do it every year. We really fully believe in My Pet Hooligan as a brand and IP, and that's why deals are done. That's why people get to meet new IP and get to really kind of delve into it. So we're going to be at the Licensing Expo in Vegas. That is when.
That is that's the 8th and 9th. No, 8th and 9th is 3XP.
Yeah, so
I think that's the 13th and the 16th.
Yeah, 13th, 16th. So there isn't normally much in terms of Web3.
There's probably more now.
There probably is going to be more there.
Yeah. There was even like a year or two ago.
Yeah, I think Luca Nets from Pudgy is going to be there. I believe Azuki might be there. We're definitely going to be there as well. So yeah, we'll give you more of an update on that and hopefully get some pictures.
Yeah.
Myself and West are personally going. Some of the other team members are going who are really kind of well versed in the licensing side of things and have been in that business for decades basically.
When you guys say licensing, is it more like marketing side of things, like toys and
it's
things?
exactly.
Yeah,
so it's like toys and
collaborations.
It's like toys and like physical collectibles, things like that.
Gotcha.
And then also there are going to be
merchandise,
series of meetings also for
fashion,
like IP, kind of like licensing on. Yeah, whether that's going to be clothes, toys, and then also possibly co-branded material.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like other IPs.
Yeah, so it's good to ensure our brand's out there and is getting seen by some of the top people as well. So that's somewhere else we're going to be at. Okay, so in terms of token and game, let's talk about that. So we're still in a holding pattern on both really. In terms of game, still with Epic right now. We're confident everything will go well. I know next week we're at 3XP.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to have the live stream the Friday after next, and I'm pretty confident we will be there by then. So in the next couple of weeks, I expect that we will be live on Epic. But in the meantime, it's not wasted time. It's allowed us to really dial in more efficiency into the game, better frame rates on the servers, more stuff in the map. So it's not all lost. Just means that you're going to get a better version when it comes out, better and bigger and more smoother. So I'm kind of just in one way it's bad, but in another way it's good.
For a second, they've made substantial strides these last couple of weeks. So I cannot sing these people's praises enough. They're amazing and they've really been crushing it. Yes, just want to say that
for sure. Yeah. So still in a holding pattern there. This is important to us to get it to you. As it is important for you to get it. If that makes sense. New build will be on the esports stage at 3XP, but that was going to be, if you see it at 3XP and think, oh, why have they got it and we haven't? That's the local area network build.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to run on the Epic servers. New trailers also looking dope. Have you seen it yet?
No.
We got to show LB.
Oh, yeah.
We'll show you the where it's at right now. It takes a while to make these animated trailers.
Yes, it does.
New page for Epic Store with all new imagery is all going to go live too. So it's good. I also see that there's other Web3 games on Epic. Yeah, there is. We don't need to be the first. We need to be the best. And we also need to have a proper rollout campaign and not just throw it up there when it comes to the public release. So that's all part of the plan. More there as it comes. Similarly, with the token, everything's still on track though, however, for the releases that are in the milestone plan. Similarly with the token, still expected late Q3. Work's still going on there. I've discussed a lot about what's happening with the changes to it on the previous two reverse AMAs, to definitely kind of dial back into those if you've not read them, around the DAO, the foundation, the governance, the new paper, new constructs, treasury, and increased claims for holders. So fundamentally, in terms of what it means to you as a holder, doesn't really change much aside from it being even better.
You get more.
You get more, and you get more decision making. So I'm not going to cover too much on that at the moment. There isn't a lot in flux right now aside from all the legal kind of functionality and structure side of things being done. The new paper's still in the work, and all the legal structure stuff's being set up, and it takes a while to get all that ready and done. So when we're ready to push, we will launch the paper and the new website. I think it's probably going to be about 8 weeks before the token launch, and we really want to go strong on it with some strong news, strong partnerships, and strong advisors to really kind of push that into the forefront of being the upcoming gaming token to be watching out for. and that's what level of marketing we need to do for that to ensure that everybody knows about it and everybody's looking for it, because there is going to be that push again where the metaverse and gaming coins are really going to be at the forefront of what people are looking for, because ultimately people are starting to understand that's where a lot of real use case and utility lies for crypto and NFTs, and we've been at the forefront of that, so we definitely want to make the biggest bang and biggest amount of noise, and with your help collectively we will do so more on that, but it's still full steam ahead on it, and we're still on date. We are actually restricted in what we can say these days about that. Legal are on our case.
Yeah, it's been an education for sure. But it also makes, I think, us all feel more secure.
It's to do with protection, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on that. Sorry, I've not got anything more juicy to say on that, but in the coming weeks there will be more juicier stuff to share. We will be also launching its own socials as well, so I'll let you know when we're ready to start getting followers up for that and engagement around that. Polygon deal. Lastly, I think last session we announced that we are having conversations with Polygon. Polygon deal is nailed down now. Unfortunately, can't share the specifics on it, but it's a pretty solid deal. They'd already invested in the studio and Hooligans, but pretty much quintupled or even sextupled their position. I hope everybody knows what that means. Sextupled their position in what we're doing. So the 600x their position in AMGI Studios with my Pet Hooligan. So big shout out to Polygon for being so bullish on them.
Extremely appreciative. It's a good partnership. We're very, very grateful.
Yeah, so now that's done, we can get the show back on the road again with the Zuckbots, with the Bottos. So a lot in the next few months is coming up with game, token, Zuckbots. So super freaking busy here. So just bear with us. Appreciate you all and your continued love and support. And let's really take this summer by storm. That's all I've got to say in terms of updates. I know we've got to run through this quick today. Anything else from you, Wes? And if not, let's jump over into some questions or anything from the community side of things.
Just brief thing about.
Yeah. One thing, the West is getting married. Well, I came into the office today, the studio, and West was like, "Bro, I'm getting married tomorrow." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
West getting married tomorrow. He decided last night.
This a bit of a shotgun wedding, you might say. But just so for those of you, I think most of you got a baby boy on the way toward the end of the month. And we were kind of advised that it's probably best to just seal the deal, just for legal reasons and everything. We were going to get married a little bit later, but we're going to do it now, and then we'll have a little celebration about it a little later too. So anyway,
you get married tomorrow, and then the baby when?
Baby at the end of June, less than a month.
There you go.
I try to just kind of like pile all the big life events
together. A lot of hooligan summer. Q3. Q3 is going to be big for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hand over to any questions. Jump in.
I will say too, we got a K-Gold shop. I know that we've been saying it for like months now, forever, guys. So just thank you for everybody's patience. But we got all of our inventory and we just kind of gone through our numbers, so that's not far at all. Yeah, sure. Okay. It's this stuff there. I'll touch it.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Any questions? Anything anyone say? Any feedback? Anything you want us to do more of? Let's talk to us. It's about you as much as it is about us. 6967. Good to see you back on here, sir.
Hey.
I know you've been having a rough time lately.
How you doing, Beto? 69.
Doing good. Hello, friends. Hello.
Good to
excited and I can't spill the tea, but I just got some good news, so really excited.
You just got some good news.
Yeah. Hopefully see us on the server soon.
Good stuff, man. Looking forward to it. When's Beto? Have you got the latest build now, Beto?
Not yet, but might be sooner than you think.
Okay, good stuff. Good news. All right, Aches, if any questions have been coming through, definitely shout them out to us. And any other further questions? I know it's been a bit of a quick one today, but we're saving some good stuff for you next time. Where's the duck coming from? I can play that game too, Look.
You deserve the cucumber covered in sandpaper and glass. You deserve the cucumber covered in sandpaper and glass.
That's coming from Neo Tokyo server. That one's not from us. That's from here it is. But all right, there you go.
I have a question. Yeah. On carrots, there was a question. There was a long discussion on Discord today about bucks versus carrots. one person had the thought that having Hooli Bucks will hurt carrots because they're spending Hooli Bucks, they're not spending carrots. Do you guys have any comment on
Hooli Bucks would okay, so in terms of how does anybody even know about Hooli Bucks?
It's their weakness.
Sir Leakness, what's wrong with you, Sir Leakness? All right, so okay, so I
thought they knew.
No, nobody knows about Hooli Bucks. Okay, so there are going to be a couple of in-game currencies, and these are strictly in-game currencies that cannot be extracted. You cannot exchange them. They just live in game, and they allow you to do various things in game, including going to the arcade, engaging with NPCs, the things you collect when you kill others. So there's a couple of them. There's Hooli Bucks, and there's also kind of bunny coins as well. These allow kind of two things. It allows efficiency in game. We don't need to be blockchain maximalists where every single movement and every single microtransaction and everything that happens in game is subject to a recording on the blockchain, because that's going to limit the efficiency.
Big time.
It's going to cost every time, even if it's gasless in inverted brackets, because essentially I don't think anything's truly gasless as it stands.
No.
So we need to ensure that we have efficiency. So that's why Hooli Coins, which may change its name, and Hooli Bucks can't really exist within the game.
And also, so fundamentally, it comes down to this. Remember, it's about making sure that we have effective and compelling use cases for the carrot token in the game, which we do. And you're always going to get more for using carrots. There's always going to be a heavier incentive, and always going to be a funnel upwards to token ownership, NFT ownership, and carrot use cases. Exactly. That said, we also need to think. We were just talking about this a little bit earlier. We fundamentally believe that the real way to build value for this whole IP, this entire project, is onboarding users at scale. And so, what that means in a gaming sense is making sure that there's no product impediment or barrier in which, exactly. We got to make sure that any Web 2 user that might not know anything about making a wallet or having any crypto integrations, we got to make sure that there's nothing to make those people afraid. So we got to always make sure that they can still get in, still buy things, but again, they're never going to be able to actually have as much spending power as one would by using carrots.
Let me make this very clear. It is as advantageous to us as it is to you all for carrots to go up in price and to have a solid value. Yes. So we're not really looking to do anything that's going to stop that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But also,
but also, we want to ensure that the game's smooth.
We want to make sure that we have as many on ramps as possible, and that we've architected this in a way to actually onboard as many people as possible into this ecosystem, into the game, and that's one of the ways to do so.
So if you ever feel that that's the case, just remember what I said.
We have a line interest in the
exactly. So do all of you. So do our partners. So do our team. So does the studio. So. We're not launching a token just to have a token. It has to have use case, it has to have utility, and it also, fundamentally may have some form of value attached to it as well that everyone can benefit from. So hopefully that answers the question in the most direct form I could possibly answer it.
Absolutely. We'd like to see that number go up.
Number go up, please. Okay, cool. Anything else coming in, Aches, or anyone want to jump on and chat?
Yeah, I got a few to fire off. I got a little bit to shoot at you here. First one, will you be in the studio the week 6/12 through 6/16?
6/12 through 6/12. Yeah, I believe so. I don't see why not. Who's coming in?
TJ was asking.
TJ, hit us up.
Right,
hit me up in the DM. Make sure it's the real me.
Yeah. Guys, I will say just one more time on that.
I live at the top of Discord. You can see me there. I'm called the Governor. Right click on me. Nobody else can get there.
Bug had actually just shared another scam that came up. So guys, please be super careful right now. That actually, it's.
What was the other scam?
Me.
Yeah, it's somebody.
Somebody's impersonating me.
Yeah.
Somebody's impersonating you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So guys, please be insanely careful right now. Please.
Yeah, and there are tools that you can use for swaps and exchanges.
Yeah. Insist on using them.
Insist on using them. Exactly.
Yeah.
you know, and we could just make that a rule that no moderators get involved, so nobody suggests that as a call. But I know some of the moderators have been really helpful in facilitating some of these deals. It kind of takes away from it.
Yeah.
But just be careful. Definitely, like, always look to the right if you're looking at your PC or a computer. You can see who's where. You'll see where the senior mods are. You'll see where the governor is. You'll see where the AMGI team is. And if you ever need to reach out, double check with us and double check with others in Certified Hooligan as well. You know, we're all at various different levels of Discord expertise, but there'll always be somebody who can help. So always double, triple check. Sorry, Yakes.
All good. Any plans to include the items of specific hoolies in the SVX files, such as like the same flamethrower, bomb, cigarettes?
Oh, interesting.
It is. Actually, I don't think that's a super crazy lift for us.
I don't think there was plans. However,
there's no plan for it. But
is that something? Is that something that's? Is that something that you want?
Yeah, I feel like that would be really cool, and that's also something that I have a sneaking suspicion that would.
Do we still have to do something about FBXs?
I'll have an offline discussion with Mr. Sweetness about that.
Yeah, he's here right now. Mr. Sweetness, don't give us a yes or no. Is that just give us a is it possible or not? You need to come off mute.
Sorry, what was the question? Because I'm in play testing.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. So I'll talk to you later. You're fine.
All right. Sounds like you're in the bathroom right now. Sounds like it's in the public restroom. All right. So, good suggestion. Obviously, it's important to some individuals. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
Any plans to provide the basic movement animation from the rabbit hole to holders?
What do you mean by that?
It's kind of in the same vein, actually. So you'd be able to take that motion data and include that. That one might be a little trickier.
Is that to include it in the FBX?
Yeah, essentially, or kind of give that data to holders.
And then any news about
both are
Matt Fury?
possible.
Sorry, go for it again, X.
Sorry.
Any news about Matt Fury?
Oh, Matt Fury. No, I never heard back from Matt Fury. I can't confirm that. We did start working on a Pepe 3D model. I don't know where we're at with it, but as soon as we've got that, we'll start to have some fun with it. And then hopefully Matt Fury will hunt us down.
Yeah, I know that it is in production.
Yeah, it is. So we did raiding, but we didn't hear back. We can ping him out again, but we are making a 3D Pepe, and we're gonna have some fun with it. I don't know what, I don't know how, I don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
You know,
and I'm sure at that point Matt Fury will might get involved with Bunny Mooncon. There you go.
Any more information on how the Series A is going?
Any more info on Series A? Okay, so it's still going. I kind of alluded to something a little bit ago, but I don't know what I can say and what I can't. But essentially, we're working on some interesting deals right now that that may or may not need, may or may not mean we need to do certain other things. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if there's any other way to dress that up, but we're working on some interesting deals right now. I'll just park it out there. I can't really comment on this stuff. It's kind of got to come from the P side of things, but we're not particular. I don't want to jinx anything. That's all I want to say. I don't want to jinx anything because every time we say something, then
one door closes, then
yeah, exactly. So I don't want to jinx anything right now, but all is well. That's all I'm going to say.
And got two more for you. Will Hulu
basically what I will say is once we're ready, it'll all go in a press release that will go out.
Right. Yeah.
That's when we'll get maximum bang for the news. Sorry, go for it.
Just two more for you. Will Huli be on the wedding?
Will Huli be what?
Good question.
Wedding. What's his wedding?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he won't. But I'm sure if I asked him, he would. But we do have.
Who's going to your wedding? Just you?
Just
Oh
wow.
Yeah. By the way, I also got married, and it was just me, the wife, and West, and one other guy.
Sorry,
it's very foolish.
We just
yeah, it seems like it's kind of
we're all having small wedding.
you're right about. No hoolie, but
we'll have to do something bigger at some stage for West.
Yeah, and also, I think I'm very grateful. One of our Kevin Johnson, our head of development over here, his wife actually made some pretty wicked tie-dye baby clothes for the baby boy, and also she was able to get an iron like a press on Hooligan that logo on there, which I'm really stoked about. So
do share some pictures, sir.
I will.
All right, good stuff. What else, X?
Last one. How is the key burn going to work with Polygon? Bridge or layer 0?
Actually, I can speak a little bit to that right now. So I don't want to give a specific architecture, but I know that we've got our devs have kind of with Polygon laid out a whole breakdown on how we're going to be approaching Zuckbots and what that's going to look like. So when we kind of go back into our Zuckbot campaign, we'll first give a breakdown of what we're doing, what's going to be required of y'all, how we're going to go about it, and make sure that it's as seamless and as low impact on you guys as possible.
Yeah.
So we'll actually kind of write up a full report. So you guys
how did you also know that we're speaking to layer 0? How does all this info get out?
We just out here just.
I don't remember saying that, but yeah, we are also speaking to layer 0. I don't know how this info gets out. I mean, even Sir Leakless doesn't know that. Okay, no. You guys are good.
Deduce that one.
Okay, anything else from you, X?
Last one would be, will the hoolie heads be customized to our own hooligans? I know we had those 4 at the start, but maybe that'll be an option to maybe a little more K-Gold to get a custom one done.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we've got limited. So I've been working with our main man Matt over there, who's been really running it on kind of getting a good little system for. Again, we're not set up to be doing
production lines.
But he's really crushed it. And so one of the things that's taken us a while to kind of get this dialed in. And so we've only got a handful of molds. Eventually, we might be able to do something like that, but we're just gonna.
They'll have to be one-offs here and there, but we want you to self-paint them and show them off.
Yeah, exactly. To start, there's just going to be a handful of models. But
now he is working on a really cool foil mutant-y kind of thing. It's actually etched in all the scales as well, so that might be worth a lot more K-Gold.
I am really pumped to see that one.
Yeah. So we are working on. We will be doing some one-of-ones, like really specific, dialed-in, painted ones. That is, is actually etching in the scaling on the mutants on one of their heads. It's gonna look pretty cool.
And we've got one guy really kind of shouldering this, and one of the reasons why I don't want to push too hard is he's also doing a whole bunch of other things. So in the
he's like, guys, this ain't really my job. I like doing it, but I'm not used to running a production line.
Very, very, willing, and I appreciate him very, very much. So
big shout out to Matt. Okay then, I think that is it for today. Sorry we've not got any groundbreaking alpha feed today.
Sorry,
I sprinkled a few things in there. Hopefully by the next time we talk, which will be in probably a couple of weeks or maybe the week after. So we're at 3XP next week, so definitely no live stream or RAMA next week. So it's Thursday and Friday there, but you can watch us on Twitch, hopefully, front page of Twitch. Let's make sure we make a lot of noise about that. And then the Friday after, we will definitely be having a live stream, and hopefully we'll be ready to go with the game as well. So yeah, looking forward to delivering some more alpha there. Hopefully, give us a couple of more weeks to get cracking and moving on some stuff and shaking. Lovebug, any final words from you?
No, wag me, guys. It's very cliche, but it's true. I'm grateful to be here physically. I love what I see. I think anybody that shows up here would feel the same. So
the kids. We're watching the kids.
Yeah.
Lovebug's kids.
They keep giving me the thumbs up sign. They haven't moved yet.
Yeah,
they're still playing the game.
Yeah, whilst we've been on this reverse AMA, no babysitters have been required.
That's right.
Hooli is looking after them, and they're getting better.
Yeah.
All right, so big shout out to you as well, Lovebug, and your beautiful children. Hope you're having a good time in LA.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's been great.
All right. Thank you, Eggs. Thank you, everybody else. Always remain diligent.
Be careful out there.
We are working our asses off to deliver for you all, as always. And, this is going to be a hooligan summer. Let's go.
Hoo-hoo!
Hi.
That's my real voice.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have an accent.
I do not have an accent. But stay filthy. Stay filthy. By the way, big shout out to you. I don't know why you're server muted, but I'm gonna unserver mute you. But stay filthy. Big shout out to you, sir. I see what you've been doing for Buddy Mooncoin out there. Stay filthy's all in on Buddy Mooncoin. Right, take it easy. Peace.